So hello internet, what's up? Welcome to JS Cafe. This video is going to be something different because today we are going to do a course comparison. So today we are going to compare the full stack development with React and Node that is provided from Geeks for Geeks and versus complete web development course by Pepcoding. And before starting this video, I want to tell you all that this video is not sponsored from Geeks for Geek and neither from Pepcoding. In this video, I'll be sharing my own personal views on both of the courses and will do a honest and unbiased comparison. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So firstly the thing that you have to notice is that this course full stack development React or Node is a paid course, and the web development course by Pep Coding is freely available on YouTube and it has a 285 video. And if you are someone who has no capacity to invest on the courses, then the YouTube courses are the one for you. But if you have a little capacity to invest on your learning, then you can think about taking paid courses. Yeah, so that was one thing. And so I'll talk about the GFG course first. So in GFG course, it is not a self-learning course. Okay, this is a kind of a course where a proper classes will run, and in this classes will be basically arranged on weekends. And this particular course is basically this basically is a 10-week course. Okay, it is not a self-learning course. Instead, proper classes will be arranged for this on weekends, and you have doubt clearing sessions and placement support as well. Okay. So now what this course has to offer. So you'll start off with learning the basics of the Git. It is very crucial for you to manage your project. You have to control various versions of the project you are working on. So having knowledge of Git is crucially important because as soon as you progress in this course, you will make projects, and to manage those projects, having knowledge of Git is very important. So EFG will teach you the Git first. Okay, ECS stands for version control system, and they are using Git. They will first give you the introduction to full stack development, then they start with Git VCS, and they will tell you some Git commands and CLI command line interface. And then you'll get started with introduction to front end HTML, CSS, and responsive layouts and mobile first design with Flexbox. Okay, so in the first week you are loaded with Git and HTML, CSS, and you'll be having some knowledge of responsive layouts and mobile design. Okay, so you can think that by the first week you are able to create websites that are responsive, mobile friendly, and not so dynamic up till now because JavaScript is not taught yet. Okay, next you will learn about JavaScript on the week 2. This would be programming in JavaScript, working with arrays, object, ES7 and beyond new features. Now once this introduction to JavaScript thing is done, you will be given a hands on to a minor project. Okay, this is up till to week 2. So in 2 weeks you have knowledge of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now, when you are loaded with this, you have a hands on experience on a small project. Next, you will be taught about React.js. Okay. In this React.js, what you will learn is you will learn about how to create React applications, what is JSX, how to organize your code, how to create Hello World applications. And next you have React components and states. So React components, like how to create a React component, how to handle the state inside a component, and how to handle events like when you click a mouse, when you enter something in a text box, or XYZ, whatever you do with the form. Okay, now all of this is done for the week 3. So on the third week you will be given a good intro on React.js. And next you have on the week 4 you have working with data, which means that they will teach you how to make API calls, how to fetch data, and how to interact with APIs. Okay, and these are some CRUD operations, like how to handle CRUD calls, mock server APIs. Okay, so this is all in week 4. Okay, I'm totally impressed. This is nice. And on the week 5, what you have on the week 5, here comes the basic conditional rendering. Like if the user is login, then show the home page. If the user is not login, then show the login form. Okay, this is conditional rendering. So this is something you will learn from week 5. And once you are done with this, okay, and you will be started with the Node.js, and they'll directly start with the Node and Express.js. Okay, this is I think crucial, because if you learn Express.js, you can create simple boilerplates to create a backend system, and you can deliver APIs very easily. So they'll start off with a hello world example, and they'll tell you how to create routes. Okay, then this is for the week 5. So up till week 5, you have completed front end, and you have just begun with the Node.js, that is the backend part. Okay. Now in the week 6, you are loaded with REST APIs, how to create a REST APIs, and you have error handling, creating more server data. Then once you are comfortable making APIs, you'll be introduced with data management, like how to create databases, how to fetch data from a database, how to update data, how to delete, basic all the CRUD operations on the database. And this will be taught for MongoDB, Postgres, and SQLite. And this is up to week 6. So you are week 6, you are basic, you have idea how to create APIs, how to fetch data, and how to deliver. Next, you have week 7, how to handle session datas, and this is how setting up our own REST APIs. Okay, so by the week 7, you can assume that you have perfected the REST API thing that is in the Node.js. On the week 8, this is the crucial part where you will connect backend and frontend together, and you will understand how your data that you created in Node.js will be utilized on the frontend, and how you can show that data visually on the website. Next, this is about styling, like how you can style your components using Bootstrap. I guess they are using Bootstrap, and how to incorporate Bootstrap into the React project. Once this all is done, then here comes the on week 9, you will be given a major project. So you will spend a whole complete week to create a social media, and this is a really good project to utilize properly all the CRUD operations in a website. Okay, and you have the building the profile post with CRUD. Okay, so in the social media, I guess they'll tell you how to create a profile page, how to create post, and show them on the feed. I guess this is a major project for you, and this is for the week 9. So week 9 will mostly include hands-on experience on the project. Whatever have you have learned so far, you will put all your efforts to create this project. Now once this project is created, on the week 10, they will teach you about DevOps. Basically means that hosting your project or the website on a cloud server, or basically on a GitHub pages, React.js, and you'll deploy your Node.js project on Netlify. Okay, and all of this is done as a bonus. You will be taught basics of TypeScript and basics of GraphQL. So in 10 weeks, you will become a complete full stack developer. If you possess this knowledge, I am sure that you can land onto a internship or a placement very easily. Okay, because like this was the knowledge that I had in my like during my college days as well, and I landed many internships onto basis of this skill only. Yes, so I guess this is a complete power pack, right? And there are certain additional stuffs with GFG as well in this course only. So if I am not wrong, yes, so you will be given a completion certificate trusted by top companies. They will help you with resume building, and there is also a placement assistant along with this course as well. So how does placement assistant work? We have FAQ here as well. So you will get placement assistant. Yes. So placement assistant test will be conducted after the course completion with a certain cutoff marks, and after which you will be shared the current openings in various organizations and regular updates and feedback for interview schedule. Okay. So this is how their placement assistants work there. So I would like to also play this video that is present on this for this particular course. gave us a small, overview of what this course has to offer. And also, along with this particular live course, you will get access to complimentary access to basics of HTML, CSS, JavaScript Foundation, and React JS basic to advanced. So these are, I guess, these are some courses which you will get access to, and I guess these are also self-placed courses. Okay? Nobody will teach you. It's stuff like you have to learn on your own. But this particular course, live one, is being taught and mentored by Chetan BM. He is software engineer at ESCO. He will be the instructor for this particular course, and you can ask him the doubts and things as well. And he'll this course is live, which means that classes will run on weekends. You will 40 students will come in a batch and they will study together and he will teach. Okay, so this is a classroom kind of course. And the next batch is from 19 November 2022, and these are the timings, and this is the price for them. Yeah, so I guess this was the overview of React.js and Node.js live course from GFG. And this was, I guess, a pretty much everything that someone needs to become a developer. Next, we are going to talk about the complete web development course from Pep. So this particular course is having 285 videos. There are so many videos. Okay, we are having. Last ends up with Git. Now let's scroll up and let us see what this has to offer us and what are we going to learn from it. How does this starts? Complete web development at beginner. So those who are wondering, this whole series is in Hindi. So someone who doesn't understand Hindi or speaks natively English, then they might face trouble in understanding this. That is first point. And it starts with installing VS Code, Node.js, and Git. Okay, this is fine. These are, I guess, some motivational videos. Then practical introduction to JavaScript web development in Hindi. This is the around 47 50 minutes video with JavaScript. Okay, I think that they should have started with HTML CSS first, so that it students get comfortable on building websites. They are directly starting with JavaScript thing, and all this is all of a sudden I might feel that student might feel overwhelmed with JavaScript. I don't know. I personally feel they should have started with HTML and CSS, not with JavaScript directly, because that is the natural flow of learning web development. First, you understand HTML tags, then you go to CSS, understand classes, and then you write JavaScript. Okay? And in this particular video, they are just talking about, I guess, the hands on. They are talking about variables, functions, objects, arrays, and strings. Okay. And they also have a practice sheet, basic syntax, arrays, strings, and objects. So this video helps you with understanding the syntax of JavaScript, basically like how to create array, how to create object, how to create variables, numbers, etc. I guess 50, spending 15 minutes on this is too much on these short things. But anyways, I think they might have covered in depth. So this might be fruitful for you. Then we have why did we started with Node.js? All of us. They should have like talked about hosting, closures, all stack, and how JavaScript works, everything. Then okay, so they are starting with practical introduction to Node. So what are they talking about? They're talking about Node.js, calculator, read file, OS mod, file system, and path. So this is core Node.js, I guess. And many of times web developers don't really need these concepts because what they mostly work on is Express.js. Yes, this is a library import in Node.js, and this provides us a boilerplate to create a server and host it. And these come in the core Node.js part where you deal with operating systems, you deal with reading of files, streaming, and etc. So I think they should have started with Express.js first because that is more easy. and student can understand it more easily, and they might feel comfortable with that. But if they are taking up the high concepts or the difficult one first, they might backfire you. You might lose interest. But if they have taught well, then I guess it is good to have things, because very less people have knowledge about how to handle OS operations, how to handle file streams, and how to handle buffers and etc. So I guess this provides you the core knowledge. But again, if you are a web developer aiming to make a website, then I guess this video becomes irrelevant for you. You can skip this part. Then let's come to Node.js challenge. अब आपकी बारी web development. Okay, Node.js challenge. Cat command. Okay. So they tell you that to make a cat command out of the Node.js. So cat is, I guess the command to copy cat copy things back. Then there's talking about the JS interview series. What is JavaScript? What is types of functions? Hoisting, lexical scope. This is what I was talking about. So they should have covered these topics first before entering into Node.js. Okay. So I guess this particular course is lacking, uh, you know, uh, sequence, and it is not very organized. This is what I am getting the vibes currently. And we have, okay, and I guess what you can do is you can uh, have a look at this particular video, practical introduction. You can skip this node part, and you can directly start off with types of functions, code executions, interview series, everything up till here. Practical introduction to JSON, Node.js. You can watch it up till here, I guess. And after they have taught you everything, again they have a good project, that is web scraping. This web scraping basically, how do web scraping basically means that you run some commands, it goes to website, it scraps or fetches some data, right? Scrap matlab, like, there's a bunch of data on a website, you scrap something out of it, okay, and you get it and you do something. So they are having a web scrapper using Node.js. And again they have this I guess it all I guess they have spent too much time 1 hour, 1 hour, 3 hours on just one project. Like, this is crazy. I guess you can cover it in 30 minutes or so. Just a basic scrap, not too much of a thing. So I guess these if they might have talked about this scrapping in very very depth, I'm not sure. But if they have done this, then it is a good to have thing. And if someone is aiming again to make a website, they can skip it. Once you have completed the course, you can come back again and have a look at this particular project. I guess this web development course of Pepcoding is filled with very good projects. But at a time, if someone is new to this web development environment, he or she might feel overwhelming because of this. Okay, so I'll suggest the newcomers to skip the projects first and learn the basics, and then give a hands on to the projects. Okay, so they have a cool project, this is good. And web scrapper, web scrapping, practical introduction to promise. Okay, so they should have told you the promises as well beforehand, before jumping into the project, because you should have a complete knowledge of JS first and then run into projects. Should not like, okay, I have learned 10 things, now let me make a project. Okay, that is not how it works. First, learn things, understand it. Once you feel ready, that you are ready to make something, then only dive into the projects. What they are doing is like, they are teaching you something, then a project. Teaching you something, then a project. This is not good. First, give them a complete holistic overview. Are things in JS, these are things in HTML, these are CSS. Now club these together in a project. Right? In this way, he will understand or she will understand, okay, this was the overall thing about all three. Okay, these are the three gods of web development and how they interact with each. Okay, so they have done this thing. They have, again, automation trailer project. You can skip it. YouTube playlist analyzer, and this playlist is filled with projects. And Then you can again, after skipping that much, you can start it from here. Introduction to functional programming, higher function, polyfills. This is important. Closures. See, closures is coming now. How can closures come at so last? Call apply by closures. How can queries? Then they should have been taught along with hosting, fusion context, lexical scope, pair, const, object primitives, first class functions, wrapping, promises, closures. Hosting is, they should have taught it over here only. Never mind. So let's resume reviewing this particular course. After this, you have closures, polyfills, introduction to oops, like this, call apply bind, curry. They have a good series. It's just like it is very discontinued, right? Because of these irritating projects. Now we have async, serial parallel execution, callbacks. They should have told you at the earlier, no? Set timeouts, create your own, implement promises, task, flatten object. This is a question, not a concept. Flatten an object. Array dot is array, promises, interview questions. Okay, at the last, they have filled some few questions which you can take it, and now I can see a small consistency over here in CSS series. I think they have done a good job on this CSS part. I think we can appreciate that they have a dedicated flow for someone to learn CSS, and this is awesome. They have, what have they taught you? Let's start it. They have production for HTML CSS overview. Cool. So this should have come at the earliest, at the very top, for starting JavaScript. This would be my suggestion. So if you are someone starting off with this course, then complete HTML CSS first and then go to JavaScript. You can skip the projects and have the display property, positioning, flexbox, sizing, media queries. Okay, this is a good stuff, I guess. Have a practical task. Okay, this is good. Countdown, and these are some small projects. Countdown timer, loading animations. Next, teaser alert. That are there. Okay, they are giving teaser for projects. We have Jira management system, getting project with that. I guess this web development course could be renamed as web development projects. The bouncing and throttling, this should have been inside the JavaScript playlist, not over here random somewhere in the playlist. So what I feel about this particular course is that they have pulled various videos from their channel and they have clubbed them together and named this as a web development course. It is very unorganized. I would not have studied it from here. I would have been so much confused. And this is so unorganized. All the videos should have been properly aligned so that each topic comes at the relevant point, not just like this. You are throwing things here. Debouncing and throttling, man. Why are you? That is that to 53 minutes. Why would someone spend 53 minutes on these two topics? They're hardly like 30 minutes, 20 minutes thing. I think this it's very hard for someone to be consistent throughout this course. Force errors again after JS, after doing JS, all of a sudden CSS, then but not man. Now comes the React. Okay, you have an intro to React. React Move to Pro, spread operator, destructuring map filter, this React intro. Why there are two React okay? Two React intros we have, and between them we have map, uh, structuring and spread, basic to do app in React. Okay, this is good thing. If you're able to make a to do app in React, you have a significant knowledge of React. Then again, a project. I'm not told much about how can have hooks over here. They should have taught before starting the project. Yes, text, and I would have become pro to noob if I watched Firebase intro. And okay, something which DFG doesn't has Firebase. This is stuff over here. Then they'll tell you how to deals. I mean to say how to make the architecture that can support. Okay, this is an interesting project. I must say you should get this. Okay, good one. Intersection and observer API. Next, they have told Redux, shopping cart, Thunk, resume builder intro. Then, then, then comes the React that you need to understand what is component. I don't understand if they have not told what is a component in React before. Then how can they expect someone to for telling them component in React? Okay, anyways, they have done it. Should appreciate their hard work. Like they are doing it for free. Should not expect much from them. Whatever they can deliver, they are doing it. Appreciate it that they are doing so many things for free. So not everyone does that. But again, they should better organize this particular playlist. This is something I would not watch myself as well because of having so many random videos into the course flow. So this might become overwhelming and irritating as so you can once you have the basics of React, you can watch this particular part. This is components in React, what is virtual DOM, controlled and uncontrolled element. Okay, these are the things that are actually asked in interviews. So all of these videos with the a light purple thumbnails are actually interesting. Then you have okay, so React is done up till now. Then starts the backend for dummies, the Node.js part. Then I think they have a consistent playlist for Node. Good. They have done a good work on Node.js. I think appreciate it. And what are they telling? They are telling how to servers, what are the status codes, a status code server, npm packages, Express. Okay, this was what I was talking. Just trying to learn this particular thing, Node.js, then you should start with Express first. Then what is Postman, HTTP methods, URL parameters, what is APIs, mounting. So basically they'll tell you how to create a CRUD API, and this is they're also having a login application. This is good as well. So they have a good playlist on Node.js, no doubt. They have done a good work on this. Next is backend development project. This was it was something. First, you teach everything about Node.js. Okay, you teach everything up till here, right? And now you come with a project, good project. Okay, so student will understand. Like once a use case comes, they will try to think, okay, I have studied this, and then I can implement this for this particular. Then they have again Node. This is an interview series. This you did for interviews. Then you have SQL. Okay, I think this part is interesting. You should give it a shot because they have tell you everything like how to do insert operation, create operations, select, update, delete, SQLs, cloud. alter tables, trigger functions, ER models, date normalizations, schema discussions. So this is a good playlist. This particular part is on the database is, I think, a good one. You visit it, and then they have get so many videos. I think this much is not needed. I guess you can learn Git in about 1 hour max. Is not worth spending this much time on this. Should not spend this much time. And instead, it is at last. I'm so surprised. They should have taught you this at the very beginning. Okay. Yeah. So I feel this overall is also a good course. But again, if someone is not having a knowledge what to study and what not to study, then he might get overwhelmed. He might get confused. Might get deviated from the path because they are doing so many things in between that is actually not required at all. So I guess they should first of all organize it, shorten the playlist, remove the unnecessary projects, unnecessary topics, make a sequence of order on which video should come next. Okay, and then I guess this would be in a good condition to view for someone who is starting off with web development. And again, I don't know how many of you feel scared to watch this 285 videos in a playlist. Too long. Okay. But again, people do that, and this would be, yeah. So I guess this was all. I have reviewed both of these courses, and I personally found that if someone has the budget, then I guess this would be your ideal course, full stack web development with React and Node. And if you are someone who doesn't has the budget, then you don't have any option then to watch the videos on YouTube. And yeah, and also if you are planning to purchase any course on Geeks for Geeks, not especially this particular one, with any course on GFG that is a paid one, you can use my code JS Cafe to avail 10% flat discount on any. You can use my code JS Cafe, it is there in the description, and you can avail 10% discount. Yeah, so I guess this was all in this video. I hope you liked my review, and if you want me to make videos on more courses, then drop the link to that courses in the comments. I'll review them, and if you have any questions, then do let me know in the comments. I will be happy to it. And this was all in this video. Till then, take care, goodbye, see you.